Talk to you today about an often misunderstood concept. And the concept is eat that frog. This was made famous by Mark Twain philosophy. And he said, if you're going to eat a frog, it's best to eat it early in the morning. In other words, everything you do the rest of the day is fairly easy. And if you have two frogs, eat the biggest one first. Here's why this concept is wrong. Everyone thinks this is about your frog, right? About you here and what you have to tackle in your day. And I think why this is often misunderstood is because if you eat a frog first thing in the morning, you might not have the energy to eat the other things. So there's a concept called wind stacking that's become really popular. Just waking up in the morning and eating a frog, it might be a little bit better to eat a few crickets along the way to get you ready to eat that frog. And I find this is true with my energy levels, that if I go ahead and I take the hardest tasks, we call them bats, big annoying tasks, the things I don't want to do, right? That I don't have the energy to do the other things and I'm not as productive. But where this eat the frog concept becomes extremely important is for the emerging leader. See, it's not about you eating your frog, it's about you eating somebody else's frogs. Once you understand that life is all about value generation, when the only way that you can create wealth is by providing value to others. If you own a business and you provide enough value, you get to keep a small portion of that for yourself. If you own stocks, you own a business, you get a little bit of that value generation that's created out there. And so if you're an emerging leader, if you're under the age of maybe 30, or you're restarting out in your career, and it doesn't matter what your age is, and you're trying to get to some place you want to be in the future, what you want to do is you want to focus on how can I create the most amount of value for someone else. What I would say is eat your leader's frogs. In other words, eat the other person's frogs. There's somebody out there that you're serving, whether it's your boss, whether it's a leader that you're working for outside of work that's a mentor of yours, and they have some annoying task. They have some frog every single day that they don't want to eat. Help them eat that. And there's two parts of this. One part is that frog may not be a frog to you. We're all wired differently. My team knows my least favorite activity, my frog every day, is emails. I absolutely detest emails. I hate responding to them. I hate reading them. They zap my energy and make me less productive and make me, quite frankly, less happy. Other people are not bothered by emails. So helping me to clean out and respond to my emails as a frog that somebody's mentoring me, that I'm mentoring or I'm developing, could eat that frog. And then what happens? They've created value for me. And what am I going to do? I'm going to promote them. I'm going to give them more money. I'm going to do everything I can out of the law of reciprocity back to them. So the other part about this, so it might not be the same frog for you, but also the second part of this is as we grow in our lives and our unique ability changes, the things that used to not be a frog for me are frogs now. Things that never bothered me before start to bother me. So earlier on in your career, so the one is you might be wired differently. The other one, you just might be in a different life stage where those things don't seem bothersome to you. And you're willing to do them. Imagine if you woke up every day and said, what frog can I eat for the leader I'm serving? Where would that take you? What would that leader do in return for you? So it is important to eat that frog. It's just, don't eat your frog. Eat a leader, your servant. And that's what servant leadership is all about.